All right, today we're doing something a little different, and I think you're going to love it, especially if you're in a book club or just love to really dig into a story. We are diving deep into just one chapter from a book called A Scout's Honor. The chapter is Scrap for Victory, and it is packed with so much good stuff. Let's get right into it.
So, this is the central question, right? Think about it. It's 1943. The entire world is at war. But if you're a kid in a small town in America, what can you possibly do? The fighting is thousands of miles away. How do you fight a war from your own backyard? That's exactly what this chapter is all about. Okay, so picture this. It's a chilly morning in Billerica, Massachusetts. We meet our main character, a young boy named Leo, and he's with his whole crew. Timmy, Wayne, Buddy, Gary, and Lukey. They look like any other group of kids, but trust me, they've got a plan. A big one, and it's about to get the whole town involved.
So let's talk about Leo's plan. Now, for him, this isn't just about helping the war effort. No, this is way more personal. You see, he's carrying around this huge weight of guilt from a mistake he made, a stink bomb prank that didn't go as planned. So this scrap drive, it's his shot at redemption. It's his chance to show everybody, but mostly himself, that he's not just some kid who messes up.
And what's really cool is how thought out this whole thing is. I mean, this isn't just a bunch of kids saying, hey, let's do something. They have a mission, collect scrap metal. They have a location, Cushman's Railyard. They even have a marketing strategy, spreading the word at school and through their scout troop. Gary's idea to wear their uniforms to make it look official, genius. But there's always a but, isn't there? They've got one massive roadblock. They need the Railyard superintendent's approval, and Leo's grandfather is the only person who can maybe get it. And this is where the story kind of pumps the brakes and zooms in on Leo. Everything's in place, the word is getting out, but now they have to wait. And that wait is just brutal. We can really feel the pressure just crushing down on him. This isn't just about scrap metal anymore. For Leo, his honor, his very reputation is hanging in the balance. So it's Wednesday night, the clock strikes 9, still nothing. The front door is closed, his grandfather isn't back yet, and there's just silence. That heavy, waiting kind of silence. You can almost feel Leo's stomach tying itself in knots. It's bad enough he might have to let his friends down, but he's also thinking about his dad, who's off fighting in the actual war. The pressure is just immense.
And in this moment of just total desperation, what does he do? He turns to prayer. He's holding this St. Michael medal that belonged to his grandfather from his time in the First World War. And for Leo, the battle in that prayer isn't some far-off conflict in Europe. The battle is right there inside him. It's a fight against his own fear and his own doubt. He's basically just praying, please don't let me fail.
Okay, it's the next morning. It's super early, the sun's not even really up yet. The house is quiet, but you can smell coffee brewing. It's got that feeling, the calm before the storm. Leo comes downstairs, and there's his grandfather sitting at the kitchen table. He looks completely wiped out, but he's waiting. This is it. This is the moment. And boom, this is the first huge turning point in the chapter. All that waiting, all that anxiety Leo went through, it's about to pay off. And it's all because of what his grandfather did behind the scenes. It's such a great example of how being a leader sometimes means you have to go to bat for your people. But his grandfather, Valmore, he doesn't just blurt out the news. Oh no, he makes Leo sweat a little bit. He starts by saying what a tough guy the superintendent is. He tells Leo how he sat there for 3 hours pleading their case, laying out their safety plan, talking about the war, insisting that these weren't just a bunch of kids, they were scouts. He's really drawing out the tension for Leo and for us. And then he drops the bomb. It's a yes, Leo, signed at midnight. Can you just imagine the wave of relief that must have washed over Leo? And you realize his granddad didn't just ask nicely. He fought for this. He stayed up half the night to make this happen for his grandson. That's belief right there. This moment is just everything. It shows this huge shift inside Leo. He feels for that St. Michael medal on his chest, and suddenly it's not a weight anymore. It's not a reminder of his screw-up. It's transformed into something else entirely, a symbol of his new job, his badge of office. He's not the kid with the guilty secret anymore. And with these words, Valmore basically passes the torch. He's not just giving Leo permission, he's giving him authority. But with that authority comes a whole lot of responsibility. This is a huge moment of trust. It's Leo's real first step into being a leader.
So once they get that yes, the whole thing just explodes. It goes way beyond Leo and his friends. This one little idea becomes a spark that ignites the whole community. It's amazing to see how quickly it all comes together.
I mean, the speed is just incredible. The news spreads through school like wildfire. The teachers are so proud. Parents are getting involved, putting together wagons and gloves and the whole shebang. And this is so cool, an older kid named Harris, who's literally waiting for his orders to go to pilot training, he comes up to Leo and asks to join the mission. And what Harris says here is just so important. He is the one who connects the dots. He basically says, my going off to be a pilot and you guys doing this scrap drive, it's the same thing. It's just a matter of scale. He gives their project this incredible legitimacy. He bridges that gap between what's happening at home and what's happening on the front line. All right, so this brings us to the big finale of the chapter. It's Saturday morning at the rail yard. Everything. The planning, the stress, the community excitement, it all comes together right here. And for Leo, this is about way more than just picking up junk metal. This is the moment he finally gets his redemption. The scene is just incredible. The rail yard gate is buzzing with energy. You've got dozens of scouts all decked out in their uniforms, parents showing up with wagons. It's like a small army, ready to go. It's this beautiful, organized chaos, and everyone there shares this one powerful goal. Leo's little idea, it's now a real, living, breathing thing. So, right as they're about to start, who shows up? Mr. Telford, Leo's Scoutmaster. And Leo's heart just plummets. He's thinking, oh no, here it comes. I'm finally going to get in trouble for that prank. But instead, something amazing happens. His Scoutmaster basically tells him, I get it now. What you're doing today, this is who you are. It's total forgiveness. And you can feel that giant weight just lift right off Leo's shoulders for good. Now, to really get a sense of how big of a deal this was, we have to zoom out a bit. Think about this. During the war, Boy Scouts all over the country collected 210,000 tons of aluminum. I mean, that is a mind-boggling number. That's a whole lot of material for building airplanes. And it wasn't just metal either. They also gathered more than 720,000 tons of waste paper. And that was absolutely essential for packaging vital supplies, things like ammo and even blood plasma. So what the boys in Billerica were doing, it was one small piece of this gigantic nationwide effort run by kids. It was like a logistical miracle. And that really brings us to the core of it all. As the chapter shows us so well, these drives weren't just about collecting stuff. They were about morale. They were a powerful reminder to everyone that the war wasn't some distant thing happening over there. It was right here in their town, in their hands. It was all about the quiet heroism of everyday people. And that leaves us with a really great question to chew on, perfect for a discussion. What does this kind of effort from the home front tell us about the real character of a country when things get tough?